100 million years ago, Shangdao was once part of the continent before it was separated by tectonic shifts and became an array of islands and precipices. But these varied shapes of rocks have been formed over 100,000 years in 3 phases of geological evolutions. At the end of the last glacial period of the Quaternary, extending from c. 100,000 years ago, the melting glaciers submerged the land of Shangdao. The continent became islands, and the immersed rocks were eroded by seawater. The retreat of seawater 30,000 years later again turned Shangdao into dry land. About 30,000 to 40,000 years ago, at the end of another episode of glacier advance, these rocks again become immersed, to leave only a minority above water surface. After tens of thousands of years of seawater erosion and impact, the rocks have acquired rugged surfaces. The marine rocks of all shapes were revealed with the fall of sea levels. This rock, resembling a woman holding a baby, was formed after the seawater invasion from a solid block of rock formation. This pagoda-shaped boulder was another result of sea wave erosion. It was formed after the adjacent rock layers collapsed and the rock columns were separated from the shore. In Shangdao, there are dozens of such rock pillars. The last seawater invasion occurred about 10,000 years ago, as the climate warmed to thaw the glaciers. With the rising sea level, seawater reached above the top of these rocks. About 1,000 years ago, the seawater finally retreated to the present shoreline. Shuzhangya has rugged surfaces, a legacy from seawater erosion. Far above the seawater, some 80 meters on the cliff faces, we can still see the traces of the shifting marks between the highest tide and the lowest tide. The rocks of Longshao Mountain are 10 floors high. Following the seawater invasion, the rock layers underwent centuries of erosion, and the cliffs took shape after many collapses. There's an 83-meter deep quartz rock cave below. It was formed by constant seawater erosion, which hollowed out the rock layer. This 1,500-meter long natural causeway was carved from softer rock layers by seawater corrosion and centuries of weathering. Another variety of Shangdao rocks came about through constant erosion and has a distinctive texture. Such rocks with sparkling surfaces marked by snow-white streaks are called star and snow rocks. It once was raw material for imperial ink slabs. All these different rocks on the Shangdao shores have withstood seawater erosion and immersion and the grinding sands and grit carried by the waves. It took 100,000 years of geological evolution to give birth to this sea erosion landform. It has been 30,000 years since humans first set foot here, but the rocks have been standing here for hundreds of millions of years.